part of Ontario's ongoing fight against congestion, the province wants to reroute some train traffic in Ontario, with the Premier and Transportation Minister directing Metrolinx to explore the construction of a new rail bypass that would allow freight cars that don't need to go through Toronto to divert off rails shared by passenger trains.
What this really does is it unlocks thousands of more new trips for passengers every single year, and it allows us to deliver transit solutions to places in the past where we haven't had that opportunity.
The bypass would go from Milton to Brampton and would need to be done in consultation with Canadian Pacific Kansas City and Canadian National Rail.
Most of the track on which we operate passenger rails is owned by either CN, CP, or some other smaller entity. So we don't have passenger rail track, and that is the reason why we have experienced less growth in passenger or intercity rail. The reason being that the freight takes precedence, and therefore the passenger rail service has to be designed around the schedules for freight.
In response to the letter, CPKC cautioned any freight relocation would be complex and challenging. The province says the project would ensure freight capacity stays the same. Metrolinx is being asked to look at benefits to the Kitchener and Milton corridors, and that expert says if built, the bypass could make a difference.
We are solving two problems, housing affordability and sustainable mobility. So we can partially address congestion by providing people an opportunity to travel faster by rail rather than by car, and then having the people live in smaller towns where land prices are still much lower than Toronto can provide an affordable option for people to rent or own and still be able to commute within 45 minutes to an hour to Toronto.
This announcement comes after the Premier floated the idea of building a tunnel under the 401, but not everyone's convinced this government has the track record to deliver these projects.
We're 7 years in to a Ford Conservative government, and the Eglinton LRT still has not opened. Multiple projects. So, I'll believe it when I see it.
Liberal leader Bonnie Crombie says the bypass is something she's advocated for as Mississauga mayor. When this all might happen is unclear. One of Metrolinx's directions is to develop a timeline for any potential project. Lane Harrison, CBC News, Toronto.